Sorry this part is delayed by a day, but I really underestimated how long it's going to take me to edit it. So hope you guys will enjoy it, and if you want part 2, 500 likes and I will make it. Anyway, let's begin. Yeah, I know, I did say that I'm going to make this a long time ago, like a few months, but because the reasons that you guys know, like, my finals and my internship, I did not have the time to sit and record a proper one, because I already had one. It was like almost an hour long, but I did not like it. It was a bit lacking for my taste. But now I think I have a good story for it, so without further ado, let's begin. So this story took place right after Abandoned. Some time has passed and the heroes, including Limitless, are still working on cleaning the street and making sure that there is no villains left. And it was pretty easy because Deku and his group can sense ki, especially him and Nijire. Aizawa and Ikshot are getting there, but they still need some work. And for Class 1A, they're still lacking. Remember, they only have a few months of training. It will take them a bit more than that to sense it. So we switch back to the main group. Deku, Nijire, Ryuko, and Momo. It was almost noon and Nijire is all over her boyfriend because it's been a few months since she last saw him, so she's cherishing every second of it. Limitless, on the other hand, realized that she's a bit a bit more herself. He doesn't mind it, but they are in public. He's a bit embarrassed. He was going to speak up until he realized what he put her through, so he quickly shut up. The duo, Momo and Ryuko, after seeing the couple, decided to tease them a bit, and when they got close, immediately Deku and Nijiri felt something behind them. A massive surge in energy come from nowhere. They turned around, only to see a crack in the air in front of them. Then the crack expand, almost like a black portal open up in front of them, and he swallowed the four of them. Limitless, quickly thinking on his feet, power up his max and tried to push the trio away from the portal. He was able to delay it, but in the end they were sucked just like him. And the lesson that he saw before everything turned black are the three of them. He tried to reach to Nijire, but everything turned black. And the next thing that he felt are something wet on his face. He slowly woke up and he see that it's raining. And that put him off because one, it was just sunny, and second, it's night. It was just noon. Then it hit him, the black portal. For how long he was out? Deku started thinking. Then he remembered the trio. He closed his eyes and quickly started sensing their ki. He found them, but it was a bit weird. Their ki felt a bit weird to him. They are weaker. But he shrugged it off, thinking that they are just tired just like him, because he realized that whatever happened to him drained him. He thinks that right now at max he can only use 50% of limit break. But that will be enough to fight off any villain. But he needs to get to the bottom of this weird black portal of a rift. He started flying and going toward them, but then he felt a familiar ki. Too familiar. But once again it was different. But he quickly snapped from his shock after he heard the civilians calling for help. He quickly fly toward them, knocking the villain out. "You're okay?" he asked the civilian. They nod. "Good. Go to the nearest shelter ASAP. The streets are not safe right now." The girl nod, think him. Then Limitless block a punch. "Sneak attacks will not work on me." Then he felt his ki. What the heck? That left him open. And that person kicked him with enough force that sent him flying. And that person is Deku. Rocking his I think they called it Deku black suit. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I saw the leaks and sorry about that. To return to the story. Limitless quickly composed himself and he started looking at Deku. It can't be. Start thinking. He's me, but that's one for all. How? But he was snapped from his thoughts after Deku attacked him. Limitless quickly evaded him with ease. "Hey, listen, I'm not here to fight." Deku is not listening. And after dodging one of Deku's kicks, Deku spoke. "You're strong. Let me guess, you're one of Awful One's henchmen? One of his top recruits?" And that really angered Limitless. He doesn't want anything to do with All for One. But he quickly composed himself and tell him he doesn't. Deku at this point of time, he's not thinking rationally, so he charged at him once again. Even though the other users tell him to stop, there is something familiar about this person. Nano told him, but it felt on deaf ears. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, Limitless is wearing his mask. That's why he did not recognize him by his look. Okay, let's return to the story. Deku resumed his assault on Limitless, and Limitless is quickly getting fed up. He tried to reason with Deku to no avail. Damn it, it's like I'm talking to All Might. Limitless quickly power up, pushing Deku away from him and creating a window. He fired 2 key blasts at him, forcing Deku to dodge. using Danger Sense, but then Danger Sense told him that there is danger behind him. He turned around only to be met with a fierce hit from Limitless that sent him crashing to the ground, and when smoke cleared, Deku is knocked out. Whatever happened, it will be a pain in the butt. Ijire, Momo, Mom, hope you're okay. So Limitless pick up the unconscious Deku and they go inside the nearest building because it's raining, so it will be bad if he left him there. He can go to UA immediately, but he needs some answers. So he waited a bit. And after a couple of hours, Deku woke up, still feeling the pain of the kick. What happened? I kicked you in the head and knocked you out. That's what happened. Deku turned around only to be met with the person that he was attacking. You again? You beat me? You mean, will you shut up already? I'm not working with the bastards all for one. Plus, I was just defending myself. You are the one who attacked me. So sit down and let's talk. Deku still having his guard up. For the love of God, Limitless commented. If I want to kill you, I could have already done that. You've been out cold for 2 hours. So now, sit your butt down and let's talk. Before I knock you out again. Deku can feel this weird aura around him, and it's telling him to not mess with him, even without Danger Sense. Deku is still a bit reluctant, but the other users told him to do as he told you. He clearly doesn't want to hurt you. Well, more than what he already did. And he's right, you attacked him. 9. So sit down. Deku sighed and sit down. So, who are you? Deku asked. For now, you can call me Limitless. Limitless? Really? Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? No. Good. So I will start asking the questions. What's going on here? What do you mean? It's pretty chaotic outside. It's like the war. It's just like after the war. Because it is. What? Yeah. Will you living under a rock or something? We lost the war. Limitless was shocked. Lost the war? Deku nodded. We lost a lot of heroes. And the other half just quit because it was too risky. And what little group of heroes are still here or left are hiding for now, or protecting the civilians in the bunkers or UA. Limitless started thinking rapidly. Lost the war. But we won. But he's me. So after some brainstorming, he came up with 2 theories. One, that Porto was just an illusion that some villain captured him and he put him into some type of dream or illusion. But he had some doubts. This feels way too real. He can feel his power clearly. Plus, he can feel and see the other users. Not a lot of people know about One for All. The second option, and most likely it is, that Black Portal transported him into another world similar to his, but with minor difference. Then he looked at Deku, or a lot of difference. Limitless was still lost in his thoughts, but he snapped out of it when Deku called for him. You okay there? You're spacing out for a bit. Yeah. I'm fine, don't worry about it. So, I answer your questions, Deku replied. I think I should go if that's everything. Where are you going? To UA? No, I need to stay away from that place. Huh, why? Limitless was intrigued. I need to keep them safe. Keep who safe? My friends. Huh? Limitless replied in disbelief, and that caught Deku off guard. Yeah, if one can track me down, so I need to keep moving. He's after me, so I need to keep them safe by staying away from them. Limitless let out a long sigh. You're a moron, you know that? What? Deku was taken aback. You heard me. You're an absolute moron, an idiot. Do you really think that this will keep them safe? If you keep doing this and running away, the only thing that you will be able to do is tiring yourself out and making yourself easy prey for All for One. You moron. Deku and the other users were taken aback. But what do you mean? He can track me down. If I go to UA, he will go after me. This is where you're wrong, you idiot. You haven't learned anything from the USJ, right? The USJ, Deku replied. The first time when they attacked you. Do you remember that, right? Deku nodded. What was their objective? Was it to hurt you? Deku shook his head. So it was killing All Might. And how did they did that when he was not there? They hurt us. Deku's eyes widened, starting to put the pieces together. Good, you idiot. If Orphan wants to bring you out, he doesn't need his stupid quirk. He just needs to attack you and you will rush to save them. And in your state, he will squash you like a bug. You have all this power without a brain. Think, you moron. Think. Oh, I think you're right. Of course I'm right, because I use my head, unlike you. Anyway, let's go to UA right now. Plus, I have something to do there. Huh? And what's that? I think my friends are there. Need to make sure that they are safe. Oh, alright then, let's go. Yeah, try to keep up. So they go outside. Let's go, Limitless said. I can fly as there, and Deku start floating. Huh. I also can fly, and Limitless does the same. Oh, so not only he's strong, but he also can fly? Huh, interesting quirk. You're coming, Limitless called for him. Deku snapped out of it and nod, and they flew to UA. Back at UA, the heroes, or to be precise, Class 1A, are discussing with Nizu, telling him that they need to go out and bring back Deku. Endeavor was going to give them the device, or sorry, the phone, until Nizu got an alarm telling him that something is in front of the gate. He looked in the screen and he saw Deku. He was shocked, then he informed Class 1A that Deku is at the gates. They quickly rush at the gate, and outside of it, Deku and Limitless are waiting, and Deku is in awe. What's wrong? You never saw UA's wall at 100%? This is UA? Deku replied. Yep, what do you think it's the most safe place in Japan, right after Tartarus? Well, I think now is the most fortified place in Japan. Then the door opened, revealing 1A and some of the teachers. 1A quickly swarmed Deku, almost forgetting about Limitless. He honestly didn't care because the only thing on his mind are his friends, to be precise, the trio. And it didn't help that when he saw Momo look at him and she didn't recognize him. So he realized that she's not from his world. That upset him quite a bit because he realized that the trio are not here. Okay, they need to speak up, snapping everyone from their shock. Midoriya, it's good to see you, and you're okay. But it would be better if we talk inside. Deku and the rest nod. And who is your friend? He pointed at Limitless. Oh, we just met actually? Really? Yeah, the Limitless cut him off. I found him passed out on the street. Luckily there was no villains around. We found shelter and let him rest for a bit, then after he woke up, I was able to persuade him to come back. Deku was surprised. It's not the truth. He was going to speak up until Limitless shot him a glare, basically telling him to share it, and other users told him to do so as well. I see, you need to speak up. Thank you, Mr. For now, call me Limitless. Limitless? Yeah, I don't like using my name, I have some personal problems with it, and Limitless is a nickname that my friends call me, so feel free to use it. I see, and the mask? Let's just say that if you saw my face, you would be shocked. So it'd be better if I keep the mask on. Everyone thought the same thing. Maybe he have a bad scar on his face and he think it's ugly, or he's not comfortable with it. Anyway, Nizu understand and he welcomed him to UA. But he cannot shake the feeling that he's familiar. So all of them go inside UA. Limitless is still a bit uneasy because his friends are not there, but now that he's inside UA, he can feel something. He can feel a similar energy to the portal that bring him here, although it's weaker. So with this he decides to stay here, because he have a feeling that something will happen because of this energy. Or maybe he can use his own power to open up another portal. Sadly, like I said earlier, the trip drained him. At his max, he can only use 50% of limit break. Maybe he can push it to 60, but he doesn't want to risk it. His body needs some serious rest. Then he heard something that angers him. Oraka calling Deku? Well, Deku, why is she calling him that? And why is he okay with it? Then Bakugo yelled at Deku and tell him not to do a stunt like that again. Deku flinch and apologize and call him by his nickname. And upon hearing this, Limitless is enraged. He knows what's going on here, but he decides to not do anything about it for now. So like the manga, the boys took Deku to take a long shower. Of course, Limitless is not with them. He's outside looking at the sky. Then Nizu joined him. Is something wrong, Limitless? Oh, it's nothing. Do you need help finding your friends? Mr. Midoriya did tell me that you're trying to find them. Are they here? What are their names? I can help you with that. It's okay, I don't want to bother you. It's not bothering me at all. In fact, consider it a thank you for bringing back one of my students. Deku smiled under his mask. This Nizu counterpart is just like his Nizu. I appreciate the gesture, but there will be no need. They are not here. Oh, and how do you know that? Let's just say that my power let me sense people that I know around me, and they're not here. Oh, I see. Well, you can stay here as long as you want. I can arrange some living arrangements for you. That will be appreciated. But then the little chit chat was cut off because they can see and hear a lot of people marching toward 1A or the dorms. Limitless immediately realized what people are going to do. So pretty much every civilian that is staying in UA is surrounding Class 1A dorm demanding to kick Deku out. Limitless sigh. People can be a handful. I can agree with you, Nizu reply. So after hearing the commotion, Class 1A exit the dorms only to be met with a riot. The teachers try to calm them down, but nothing is working. Even Presco Mike yelling is not working. Deku starts thinking that he should just leave until enough! Avon can feel a powerful aura and a voice that screams authority. Avon look up to see Limitless slowly descending from the sky, and he stopped a couple of feet away from the riot and he's still floating. He's saying that you want the kid out of here. Thing is, he deserves to be here more than all of you here combined. He's a student here. You are just refugees. Some of them were going to speak up, but Deku glared at them. Do not interrupt me. I'm not done. And everyone quickly shut up. They have a feeling that they don't want to mess with him. I should applaud you. All of you here are cowards. You're telling or demanding to kick a kid out of school, and the same kid spent a month straight outside on the street fighting when all of you here are safe behind the walls of UA. Let me enlighten you, all of you ungrateful morons. Even though I don't agree with what he did, it was a stupid idea, he decided to go outside and fight. To fight for all of you here. And he's been doing it for a month straight without resting. And the second he took one night off to rest, you demand for him to go out again? For the love of God, he's still human. On top of that, he's just a kid. He have his limits, no matter how strong he is. Plus, isn't it your job, the adults, to defend the kids? But now you're trying to kick him out. So you only like the rules when are on your benefits, right? Plus, you're saying that you don't like heroes. So why the hell are you here? This is UA, a place of heroes, not your place. So if you don't like them, there is the door. No one will stop you. Plus, let me tell you something that all of you know, but you decide to overlook. If All For One decide to attack this place, do you think anyone here can fight him, except him? Take a second and let that sink in. And everyone quickly realized that he's right. Good, now you can think with your head for once. So, stop screaming like assholes, stop acting like little bitches, and go back to your dorms, now! And if you don't like staying here, like I said, there is the door. No one will stop you. And after he's done, everyone have their tail between their legs, and they went back to the dorms. The teachers were honestly surprised. He was able to make them do what he want, even though he was brutal. Deku scoffed after seeing this. Bunch of cowards. Then he looked at Deku. Go back inside and rest. You're still tired. All of you. Right, Class 1 nod, and they went back inside. I guess thank you again, Limitless. Nizu speak up. You were able to defuse the situation and calm down the people. We were trying to do it for quite a while, not going to lie. To be blunt with you, Principal Nizu, and I don't want to be rude, but none of you here can do what I do. Because all of you here are too nice. You try to put the image that heroes are like angels. And because of that, people can think they can stomp all over you. And here, in this time, killing it with kindness will not work in this time. You need to be honest and brutal with them. Because most of people are morons and prideful. And trying to negotiate with them is almost talking to a brick wall. Nizu is taken aback. That's actually an interesting way of seeing things. Anyway, like I said, thank you again, and you can go rest. I can see that you are a little bit tired. Yeah, you got that right. I need a serious nap. Go ahead and take it. Like I said, you can stay here. Thank you. So Nizu left him alone, and Limitless went back to the dorms. Class 1 are talking about Deku, they are done with their shower, and when they spot him, they think him to bring back Deku, they are going to bring him back themselves. Yeah, don't do that. It's pretty chaotic outside. It's pretty much fight or die, and I don't think it's a good place for you guys. Everyone understood, but Bakugo got slightly ticked. What do you say? You're saying that I'll make you extra? Kirishima grabbed Bakugo and tried to calm him down. Then he apologized to Limitless. Why are you apologizing? No one is talking. What? Everyone was surprised. Then Limitless looked strict at Bakugo. Because I don't listen to bastards. And this comment shocked everyone, even Deku. But Bakugo quickly snapped from his shock and started shouting at Limitless. Nah, maybe I'm wrong. I should add coward to it. Bakugo just exploded in rage. He charged at Deku, but the second he looked at his eyes, he froze in fear and started sweating a bit. What's wrong? You're going to attack me? Bakugo did not reply, then he do his signature and walk away. Everyone is taken aback about the interaction. Then Limitless snapped them from our shock and tell them to go back to their rooms. It's quite late. They nod and they split. Limitless, it seems that he took the couch, because Deku in this continuity he's still awake and he went back to his room. But the second the coast was clear, he sneaked out and go search for the traitor. And if you watch the What If, you know that in his world, Ectoplasm was the traitor. So after he find him, he follow him around a bit. And after getting a good read on his key, he searched if there is any clones of him. There is a couple, but they are only protecting Yue. So after some time, he realized that he's not the traitor in this world. Then who is he? After a while, he gave up and went back to the dorms, only to be met with Aoyama. Can't sleep? Limitless said, taking Aoyama by surprise. He turned around. Yeah, like you said, it's a bit too hectic, and the riot earlier, I understand. But don't worry about it, you still have your friends to get your back, so don't worry about it. Yeah. My friends, Aoyama looked down. What's wrong? The Limitless put his hand on his shoulder and he can feel something. A connection between Aoyama and All For One. He was thinking of stopping him here and there, but he can feel that Aoyama doesn't want this. So he just told him to go back to his room and rest. It was a long day. Aoyama nodded, and after making sure that he's in his room, Deku teleported in front of Nizu, shocking him. Limitless, how did you... I will explain everything, Nizu, but first, call recovery girl. He can feel the seriousness in his voice. Why? What happened? Don't worry, no one got hurt, but let's just say that you need her to believe me what I will show you and tell you, okay? So he called recovery girl. She arrived begrudgingly because it's the dead of the night. So, what do you two want? It's late. Limitless spoke up. Take some of my blood and do a DNA test on it. The two raised their eyebrows. Why? Trust me, you will need it. She complied, and while they are doing the test, the three sit down facing each other. It will take a couple of seconds to show us the result. So, why did you want to do this test? Because of this. Limitless powered down and remove his mask. The two gasp. Midoriya? How? I'm not Midoriya, Limitless replied. Not anymore. Nizu is conflicted. He's looking at Midoriya right now, but... What? Is this an illusion or something? And the second he said that, the results show up and the blood match Midoriya. Recovery girl informed him and that doesn't help him. I'm pretty sure needs some answers. They nod. So they'll explain what happened. That he's from another reality where things play out differently. And he was somehow sucked here. And the truth on how he bring back Midoriya here. Honestly, that's a lot to take in, they reply. I know. That's why I told you at the gate. If you saw my face, you would be shocked. Shock indeed. So where's three others? Limitless looked down. I don't know. I woke up long. I see. Sorry. I hope they are safe. Yeah, same. So, do you need a search party to search for them? There is no need. Because ever since I enter UA, I can feel the same energy that emanates from the portal that sent me here. Then Nizu spoke up. So there is a chance that they will be here. Or another portal will open up and the three will show up. Limitless nod. If they are injured or anything, I can heal them. Don't worry, Sonny. Recovery girl replied with a smile on her face. Limitless slightly smiled. Thanks. Then Nizu speak up. So, what caused this sudden revelation? Because I don't think that you just chose to woke us up at the middle of the night without a reason. Limitless smirk. You're just like him, clever as always. Then he gets serious. To go straight to the point, I know who's a traitor. The two's eyes widen. Really? How? Let's just say my ability also let me to feel other people's presence, and I can feel All For One's presence within him when I touched him. And before you ask, yes, I did meet All For One and I fought him twice. The two are shocked. Not only he figured out who is the traitor, but he also fought all for one and twice and he survived. So Nizu quickly realized that if he's saying the truth, he would be a good asset to fighting their all for one. So who is the traitor? Aoyama. Once again they were shocked that the student is a traitor, because when he did get attacked plenty of time, and he also put himself in grave danger plenty of times. Nizu never thought of him. But before he can do anything, Limitless add, I can feel that he's forced to do it. I can feel he's conflicted. So before we do anything, let's just keep an eye out for him. The two nod. Anyway, I should be going. Then he put on his mask and power up back to 40%. If you don't mind me asking, Nizu asked, you don't have one for all, do ya? No, I don't. I did have the opportunity to get it, but I turned it down and I suggest they give it to Mirio. Really? Why? Personal reasons, Limitless add after a pause. I see. Well, I don't want to trample you anymore. You can go. Limitless nod and he vanished. I can say that he's telling the truth, Recovery Girl said. I know, Nizu replied, but did you see his eyes? And the way he talk and stand, he's different. I never saw a kid like him before. Maybe he just worried about his friends. Maybe, but I have my doubts. Whatever happened to this Midoriya, or this Izuku, made him different from our Midoriya. So the next day rolls around, Limitless was able to sleep for a bit, but he's still worried. His best friend, his mom and his girlfriend are nowhere to be seen. He's afraid of the worst and hoping for the best. So after he woke up, he decided to train a bit. For some reason his power is taking way longer to return. He sighed, thinking maybe it's just a side effect of traveling between dimensions. So after a bit, class when he woke up, they talk with Deku, and after a bit All Might show up and Deku's mom. All Might apologize for not being there for Deku, and Deku apologized for basically running away from him. Then the DU spotted Limitless. And who are you, young man? Oh, this is Limitless, Deku spoke up. He's the one who found me unconscious on the ground and bring me here. After convincing me that what I was doing was stupid. And that is putting it mildly, Limitless add. Deku just laughed nervously. Then Inko approached Limitless. He flinched a bit because, you know why? Then she bowed down to him and thanked him for bringing back her son. Even though Deku despised her or her counterpart, after just one look in her eyes, he realized that she's not like his egg donor. He sighed, don't worry about it. Let's just hope that he will learn from these stupid mistakes so he will not do it again. All Might not agreeing with him. That goes for all of you. Deku here at 1A. Don't repeat the same mistake that he did. Everyone nod except Bakugo. He was going to speak up because he thinks that Limitless is saying that he's weak, but he can't remember the feeling of yesterday. He was completely and utterly afraid of Limitless. It's like every cell in his body is telling him to run away from him and to not mess with him. So after talking a bit, All Might did ask about the name Limitless and why he doesn't have a normal name, so they tell him and he understands. Then 3 people notice something odd. Aoyama is not there, and 3 people are Deku, Limitless, and Invisible Girl. Invisible Girl is already following him, Limitless was able to sense him moving away, and Deku was the last one to notice. When they arrived, they overheard the conversation between Aoyama and his parents. Deku and Invisible Girl confront them. His parents try to deny everything. Aoyama cried and told them that he's a villain. But before they can do anything, they felt a massive surge in power. They turned around to see Limitless, and he's slowly walking toward them. Pressure that they can feel from him is unreal. So, you're a villain, eh? Limitless said, snapping Aoyama from his shock. Yeah, I am. But before he can attack anyone, Limitless brought him into a one-arm hug. You're not. You're just a kid that was abused and used by his selfish parents. So don't you dare call yourself a villain, ever. You're the victim here. You did something wrong, yes, but you were forced to do it. Aoyama teared up a bit and he hugged back Limitless. It's okay. Deku and the rest are surprised. And after a couple of seconds, Aoyama stopped crying. You okay? He nodded. Good. Now, then he glared at Aoyama's parents. You two bastards. Everyone can feel the venom in his voice. Not only you're working with All for One, but you also force your own son to do something that he doesn't want, force him to make him a villain, betraying his own friends so you two can be safe. They tried to defend themselves, but he quickly shut them up. Don't you dare lie to me. I know for a fact that you make a deal with All For One. Then Deku create a white version or a light version of Black Whip, or Light Whip in this case. And he grabbed both of them, and you two are coming with me. They tried to argue, but he squeezed them a bit to shut them up. Let's go back to the dorm. And Hagakure, go call for Nizu ASAP. She nodded, and she quickly ran off. So they went back to the dorms, and upon arriving, All Might ask why he's holding Aoyama's parents. Oh, I will explain everything. We have to wait for Nizu first. They nod, and after a couple of minutes, Nizu show up, and after seeing Limitless holding Aoyama's parents, he asks him, is it the time? Limitless nod. The others are asking what they are talking about. So, before we say anything, Limitless spoke up. Wait until we tell you all the story before you say anything, or do anything. Got it? Avon nod. Good. First off, the person that was given the League of Villains information about you guys, or the traitor, is Aoyama. Everyone gasped except the group that already know. You traitor! Bakugo shout and charge at Aoyama. Then instantly, Limitless appeared in front of him, punch him in the gut so hard, and he started vomiting. I told you to not do anything until we finish. Then he lifted Bakugo by his hair. Consider this your first and last warning. Then he headbutted him, sending him backward. The group are going to interject because he punched Bakugo, but Limitless glared at them, shutting them up. Please, Limitless, calm down, Nizu said. Limitless sigh. Alright. What I was saying? Yeah. Aoyama is the traitor, but he was forced to be one. Force, they ask? Limitless nod. These two bastards, he pointed at his parents, forced him to be one. Then he dropped them. Now, we want answers. Why? Why did you decide to work with All For One? So they start lying and tell him a story, almost the truth about Aoyama being a quirkless kid, and because they want the best for him, they made a deal with All For One, and the deal was for him to be the traitor. Nizu spoke up. They looked down and nod. So let me get this straight. You forced your own son to take a quirk from a villain, the dangerous villain in the whole world, just because he was quirkless. Limitless quickly gave a look to Nizu. Nizu nod. Then he turned to face Aoyama. Then he lifted his fist. Night night, traitor, Limitless said right before he punched Aoyama. And instantly Nizu put some cuffs on him, quirk erasing cuffs. Aoyama realized that he deserved this until he saw that Limitless give him a hand. You okay there? I hold back as much as I can. What? Wait, you thought that I'm going to attack you? Nah, sorry about that. This was an act. An act? For who? For All For One. He's watching. Or he was watching. What do you mean? He asked him. Remember yesterday when we talked and I told you to go back to your room? He nodded. The second I touched you, I felt a connection between you and All For One. Putting the pieces together, I realized that not only give you your laser quirk, but also another quirk. My best bet is let him see and hear whatever you see and hear. So the cuffs are for us to cut the communication, and the act was, well, an act for him to think that we capture you. But why? Deku asked. Well, from my experience, I know that anyone that is working with All For One or under him, there is a high chance that they have an explosion quirk hidden within them. So whenever All For One is done with them or they try to betray him, they go boom. Avon's eyes widen, especially Aoyama. He turned ghost white. So just like her, Deku muttered. Limitless heard him. Just like who? Limitless asked. A while back, All For One made a deal with Lady Negan and he sent her to me to fight me and kill me. And fought her and won, but she had another quirk within her and Deku was not able to finish until Limitless shouted, "She's okay?" And this caught Avon by surprise. He's very concerned. Yeah, she's alive, but badly hurt. Limitless sighed in relief. I should have expected that. She's a tough one. You know her? Not personally, but yes. Anyway, back to the point. And when he finished his sentence, everyone got a chill down their spines. You two bastards are lying. They tried to defend themselves, but Limitless picked them up by the throat. Don't you think that your lies will work with me? I personally know people like you, and you make me sick. The reason that you made a deal with All For One is that you are ashamed of having a quirkless kid. You are afraid that people will see you less because of him. That's why you made a deal with a literal devil, so you can save your public image. They tried to lie once again while gasping for air. The heroes in training try to stop him, but Limitless power-up pushes them back. I'm going to say this once: either you cut with the lies, or I would throw you in the middle of the riot that was here yesterday, and tell them that you work with the best of All For One, and let them rip you apart limb from limb, and I will make sure that no one stops them. Everyone were terrified at this point, especially Aoyama's parents. Plus they can feel something creating on top of Limitless. It's almost like a white skin on top of him, but it have red aura. No, please, they said. Maybe they will stop after they hear your begging, but I won't. Then he started tightening his grip. I will give you the same treatment that I gave my egg and sperm donor. Then he started tightening his grip more and more, to the point where they cannot breathe anymore. He was going to kill them until Nizu told him to stop. He looked at him, then he dropped them. They're gasping for air. They look up and Limitless is looking down on them. One last chance. They nod and they tell the truth. It's almost the same story that Limitless just said. Then Nizu called for a couple of teachers, and after explaining the situation, they took Aoyama's parents to a makeshift prison. And with this, I'm going to stop it right here. What do you think of it, guys? What do you think Wani will do after seeing Limitless' reaction to Aoyama's parents? How will they react when they see who's under the mask? Will Limitless be okay? Leave your thoughts in comments down below. I always read them even though I don't reply. And if you want another part, 500 likes and I will make it. And if you're new, subscribe, there is more videos like this coming. And see you guys soon. Peace.